Did you know you can be personally liable for your company's tax debt, even if it's a company? Sounds crazy, right?
Here's the thing, if you're a director of a company in Australia and you don't know about the ATO Director Penalty Notice, you're flying blind. Because if one of these notices lands on your desk, it's not just a heads up, it's a red alert. In this video, I'll cover what an ATO Director's Penalty is, why it could make you personally liable for PAYG, super debts and GST, the two different types of notices and why they are very, very different, what to do if you get one and what not to do, the exact steps to protect yourself even if your business is behind, a real client story of how we help someone out of a jam, and how to apply the knowledge so that it helps your business before it's too late.
So if you're a company director or thinking of becoming one, this is for you. Let's jump in. If you don't know what a director's penalty notice is, you're not alone. Most people don't know until it's too late, and by then, it all becomes very stressful.
An ATO Director's Penalty Notice, or DPN, is a formal notice from the Australian Taxation Office that makes a company director personally responsible for certain unpaid company tax. You guessed it, it doesn't matter that your company is a separate legal entity. The ATO has special powers, and this is one of them. The main debts they chase under a DPN are pay-as-you-go withholding. That's the tax withheld from employees' wages. Also, superannuation guarantee. That's the unpaid super plus interest and admin penalty. And also, GST.
Here's the key point. If your company doesn't pay, the ATO can make you, the director, pay from your own personal money. That's right, your own money.
You could be forced to sell an asset to pay the company's unpaid super, or you could be forced to refinance your house. You could even be required to pay off tax debts for a company that no longer exists. Now, there are two kinds of director penalty notices, and they're very different in terms of the impact on you. The first is a non-lockdown DPN. We call that you still have options letter. The second is the lockdown DPN, and we call this one it's already too late. Let's talk about the non-lockdown version first. A non-lockdown DPN is issued when your company has lodged its BAS and superannuation guarantee statements on time, but hasn't paid the amounts due. In this case, the ATO gives you 21 days from the date of the notice, not from the date you receive it, from the date of the notice, to take action. You can either pay the debt, appoint a voluntary administrator, or appoint a small business restructuring practitioner, and that can give you a way out, or begin the liquidation process.
If you act within those 21 days, you can avoid personal liability. But if you wait, even one day too long, you become personally responsible for the debt. Here's the danger. Many business owners don't even open the letter until it's too late, or they don't take any notice of it. So if you receive one, contact your accountant immediately.
Now, the lockdown DPN is a whole different story. This one is issued when your company hasn't lodged its BAS or superannuation reports on time. That's when the ATO says, you didn't tell us what was owed and you didn't pay it on time. So now there's no way out. With a lockdown DPN, you're personally liable from the start. There's no 21-day window, no opportunity to restructure, and no escape. You can't get out of it by winding up the company either, or by resigning as a director. The debt is firmly stuck to you. Now let me tell you a real story. I met a business owner, we'll call him Mark. He ran a small construction company. Things were going well, but cash flow started to tighten. He skipped a few super payments, thinking he'd catch up later. But here's where he made a big mistake. He also didn't lodge the superannuation guarantee statement. He came to us after getting the lockdown DPN from the ATO, $84,000 in unpaid super. He was personally liable, and he was stunned. He genuinely thought he was protected by the company structure. We helped him file a personal repayment plan with the ATO, and he had to sell a few assets just to get through it. The thing is, he could have avoided the whole situation if he just lodged the paperwork on time. even if he couldn't pay. So what should you do to avoid being hit by a director's penalty notice? Step 1, always lodge your BAS and superannuation guarantee statements on time, even if you can't pay. This is huge. Lodging on time means the ATO can only send you a non-lockdown DPN. That gives you options. Step 2, don't ignore ATO letters, ever. If you get a DPN, the clock is already ticking. It doesn't matter that you're on holidays or sick, it starts from the date of the notice, not when you receive the mail. Check your ASIC registered office. If it's not somewhere you check often, update it. Step 3, act immediately. If you receive a DPN, for the non-lockdown DPN, you must act within 21 days by paying the debt in full or appointing a voluntary administrator or liquidator, or alternatively, start a restructuring process that might allow you to trade out of the situation. Doing nothing is not an option. If you freeze, the debt becomes your personal problem. Step 4, talk to your accountant immediately. This isn't something to Google your way through. You need real advice and fast. It could literally save your house. Step 5, don't go it alone. This is one of those moments where professional help can make a huge difference. The earlier you act, the better the outcome.
Now, I know this stuff is scary, and if you're already behind with your GST, PAYG or super, it might feel overwhelming. The best thing you can do is get your lodgements up to date and speak with your accountant. Also, please remember, everything I've shared today is general advice. Your situation might be different, and there are always finer details that could change the approach.
If you're a client of ours, let us know if you're worried about this and we'll do a director's risk health check. And if you're not a client yet, you can book a time to chat about our services. The link is in the video description. Also, don't forget to sign up for our free weekly business tips. We cover practical stuff like this every week, and it's designed for Aussie small business owners. You'll find the link in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.